Hey, it's Rachel and Alicia with Investment Piece with another Stories from Our Closet or Fashion Stories. We're still not quite sure what we're talking or calling this segment, but as you know, if you follow me, if you're seeing this journey, I'm a little bit obsessed with the things in our closet that we can't get rid of. Mainly because I think that they're stories, and I think that stories are kind of what hold us together, really and truly. But I think that the things that we really hang on to are part of our stories, and that's why we can't get rid of them. I know I was just repetitive. Anyway, this month we're talking about costumes and dance costumes, and yes, because it's Halloween, and I can't wait to see what you're being. If you want to check out the blog Investment Piece, I was to be Hindren from the Birds for my fashion Halloween. I can't wait to see yours. But also costumes for dance. So one of the things I do is I volunteer with ballet companies in the cities that I live in because I think dance is important. And I really wanted to be a dancer when I was little. Now, mind you, I wasn't good enough to, obviously. And believe it or not, I was a little bit chubby. So I wasn't bad. I wasn't good enough to really push myself that way. See, I still have dance shoes that I'm like holding. But I volunteer, and one of the things that I do with my volunteer work for the Nutcracker season, which is coming up, is we go and we talk to school children about it. And it got me looking at my old dance costumes, because if you're an old dancer like me, and I know many of you are, your mom has all your old dance costumes. Literally, this is just the tip of the iceberg that I could put my hands on in like 5 minutes. We have all sorts of dance costumes, and we can't get rid of them. And on one hand, it's kind of ridiculous because when are you ever going to wear a dance costume again? Or when am I going to fit back into these dance costumes? It's one of those things that definitely, like, the time has passed. Like, even these point shoes, I don't think I could do this anymore. The little bit that I did, I really don't think I could. So why do we hang on to it? It does go into Halloween. It goes into your Halloween costumes. As I said, I live in more than one city, so both my closet here and there, I have a ton of old Halloween costumes. Some I rewear, some I don't, but a lot I just can't get rid of. And it makes you wonder why, because it's not like your favorite sweater. It's not a dress that you can wear. These are pure costumes. So why can't we get rid of our costumes? And I've been thinking, and hear me out, so wanting to be a dancer and having all my dance costumes and still participating and stuff, that was what I really wanted to be. There's a part of me that still wants that. And that might be one of the best parts of myself, or a part that I'm not ready to see die. In fact, to bring it full circle, it's not here because it's in my other closet. But because I love dance so much and I still take classes, I bought myself a rehearsal tutu that I wore, or I sometimes wear in dance class for Tutu Tuesday, because I can't, those parts of us that are the parts that really represent what we want to be. Maybe not what we are, but what we aspire to, or what we're fighting within ourselves, or gosh, what we really just hope for, I think would be the way to put it. They're hard to get rid of, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think we all grow and we all learn and we all evolve, and some parts of ourselves do like fall by the wayside, die, we get reborn, all that good stuff. But I really think even our costumes, when we look at what we can't get rid of from our closets, the stories that we have in there, a lot of those stories are about our dreams and our hopes and who we want to be or how we see ourselves, even if it's not a reality. I think this is very similar. A lot of people hang on to stuff from high school, like their letter jacket or cheerleader outfits. And, it's kind of one of two things. I think when we hang on in general, or when it's specifically stuff like costumes or dance or high school, or even, my first episode of this, your wedding dresses and stuff like that, we're doing a few things. We're holding on to a moment, like a special moment, like maybe, a big game or a big dance, or knowing you could do something, or feeling a feeling, or for a minute getting to be a star. Keeping certain clothes is a way to hold on to that. Like I said, then I think it's a way to be what we want to be, or how we see ourselves. Like maybe You know, you're straight laced, and yet there's a part of you that's really kind of wild. And so hanging on to something like that maybe is a little bit racy is a way to let yourself explore that part of you, which really and truly is kind of what a costume does. But also then if we take it to the part of Halloween costumes, like maybe there are witches or for the record, I love Maleficent, so I have a Maleficent costume that I can't get rid of. And I think those are parts of ourselves that we're struggling with. And or that when we recognize a fault in ourselves that we just don't want to get rid of. And we hang on to it. And there's nothing wrong with it. Again, I think these are all our stories, and there's no reason, I think, to throw your story out. But I think about it a lot, clearly. I really do. I look at costumes, or I look at, you know, the things when I clean out my closet. What can't I get rid of, and why can't I? Like, what story is it? And what story do I still need to tell with it? I'm not going to get back into these costumes. That's just like a non-starter. It's just not going to happen. But when I look at them, I'm reminded of how powerful it was to dance, and how good it feels to be in my body, and how that can still go with me, and how, even though that was a dream that didn't pan out, and I mean, it was never going to, ever going to, you know, it's recognizing those dreams that I had, and then as I still get to dance and I still get to be a part of it, it's letting me keep the best parts of myself. You know, the little girl who dreams, the little girl who wanted to tell this story, or even, you know, just, I like sharing stories through art, and maybe that's the through line. Maybe I can't get rid of these because this is partially how I communicate as I tell stories. Again, I would love to know your thoughts, because I also want to tell your story. I want to know what you can't get rid of. I want to know what clothes represent the best parts of you, or the dreams that you had, or maybe parts that you don't necessarily love but you're not ready to get rid of, or just in general, what are you being for Halloween? Tell me, DM me, email me, go to the blog, investmentpeace.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as Rachel Adelicia. That's Adelicia. Can you tell I have to spell that a lot? Yeah. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go try to be the best part of myself in a costume.